Department of Justice Special Prosecutor Ed Martin spills the beans today. Holy mackerel. I can't wait to share this with you. This is the guy who was appointed by Attorney General Pam Bondi to investigate Letitia Big Shame James and Shifty McShifter Adam Pencil Dick Schiff for mortgage fraud. Well, he says there's a lot more. He's going to go all the way. And not only that, he spills the beans on J6. He spills the beans on Russia collusion hoax. And, he basically says a lot of the stuff that we say here on the channel. It's so refreshing. And this is such a worthy share because we've heard from Tulsi Gabbard. We heard the bombshell about Obama, Hillary, Russia collusion. We've heard from the FBI. We've heard from Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, et cetera, et cetera. This almost feels like the first time we're hearing from the actual Department of Justice, who gets all these criminal referral letters from the intelligence agencies, whether it's Tulsi or whoever. And so here he is pictured here visiting one of the fraudulent properties listed in her mortgage documents, Letitia Big Shame James, and he gets confronted by this resident, which I actually have a video clip. I'm going to share that with you right now. And then when we come back, I'm going to share with you everything he says in a bombshell interview today. But first, check this really interesting, almost comical exchange. If you don't know who Ed Martin is, he's the one wearing the Columbo-style jacket on your screen right there. I think it's actually kind of cool. Let me know what you think in the comments. But check out this exchange with this resident who comes in and starts questioning why Ed Martin's there. Check this out.
Is there a back alley?
Everything else.
I'm just sure there's like the Pratt building. Is there
You want me to tell you how to access my...
No, I'm just asking. I'm interested because usually houses like this.
Tell me why you're here.
We're interested in the houses.
You're not interested in the houses. We know who lives here.
Is this like Second Empire?
It's just a track house. That's what all of these things are.
I know, but when was it built, do you think?
They're built before 1899.
Oh, so, okay.
Why are you being so disingenuous about what you're here for? You're not here about the houses. You're here because of who lives here. It's my neighborhood. It's my block. I have a right to know what you guys look like. You're
happy to
official capacity.
I'm just happy to be on a block looking at a house.
That's not true. Why won't you be honest?
No, he is happy.
Well, why won't you be honest with me about what you're doing? You are acting suspicious on my block in front of my neighbor's
I'm
home,
just looking
and you're not telling me what you're doing. That's not true.
Interesting houses. It's an important house. So, thank you. Have a
It's
good
not.
day.
It's just like every other track house on this block that was built by developers.
Right, they're beautiful. Beautiful neighborhood.
Thank you.
I mean, do you guys call this a stoop?
What do you think?
I don't know. Is this a stoop? We didn't have stoops where I was growing up. Is this a stoop?
I want to know what you're doing here.
Just checking it out.
You're not.
Very good.
I gotta tell you, it's just such a marvel to me that these, liberal hypocrites, they're so quick to get involved, when it has nothing to do with them. It's none of their business. And it's literally a public street. They legally have no obligation to answer questions. He was being nice, being polite. Obviously, it's an ongoing investigation. He can't divulge anything. And plus, being there surreptitiously has some sort of advantage, presumably, with their investigation because they don't want to interfere or impede with any of the ongoings, and they don't want to tamper with any potential evidence if they know that, if Letitia and her people know that Ed's there. Anyway, the bottom line is, where were these people? Where were these liberal hypocrites when there was criminal illegal aliens and criminal activity all throughout New York? Where were these guys, when officers are being doxxed and attacked in New York City? It's so hypocritical. It's so ridiculous. You're going to question and demand. I demand answers because I'm a citizen here and I'm a resident. I know why you're here. Who do you think you are? Like, if you're such a concerned citizen, wouldn't you be concerned that there's somebody who's a high profile public official living in your neighborhood who's literally committing fraud on multiple levels, not just mortgage fraud, but even prosecutorial misconduct and a whole slew of other crimes? Wouldn't that be more concerned? Wouldn't you be welcoming investigate? If it was me, I'd be welcoming investigator. I'd be like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you need to know. She comes here once a week. She doesn't live live here. This isn't her primary residence. I mean, I would be giving it all up. I mean, that's just me. But it's just so interesting to me how they never, ever interfere. They never interject. They never want to help when there's actual crime going on. Is that just a pattern with Hippocrats and Democrats, or is it just me? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Okay, now I'm just going to play this amazing interview with Special Prosecutor for the Department of Justice, Ed Martin, and he literally just reveals everything. You're going to love this. Check this out. This is phenomenal.
What we have in the Department of Justice now is a weaponization working group and the backing of our leadership to go and find this stuff. And so the Russia hoax, we know the birthday of the Russia hoax. It's December 8th, 2016, where the Obama administration, including Obama, said, don't put the truth out, lie, and ask the media to help us. And the Washington Post and others jumped right in. And then we had the Russia hoax that went on for 10 years. And every time they get in trouble, meaning the deep state and others, they throw another hoax out. And all we're doing at DOJ and all we're doing across the government is saying, get the truth out. And then, by the way, let's hold people accountable. And that's exactly what's going on. So when Bill Pulte sends a criminal referral over to us, and he says Letitia James and Adam Schiff, and by the way, both their lawyers have come out and talked publicly about that criminal referral. So you can talk to them about the specifics, because I'm going to tell you what we're going to do is we're going to follow the facts. Every American has a mortgage or has other documents they sign has to follow the law. We're going to go to the very bottom of the facts, and if somebody did something wrong, we're not only going to hold them accountable, we're also going to look at everything else that they've been doing, because when you're a liar, you lie not just on one thing. When you're a cheater, you cheat not just on one thing. When you're doing corruption, you generally don't just do it on one thing. So we have that's our what we're asked to do as prosecutors, and that's what we're doing.
Well, we are all waiting for accountability here. Adam Schiff went on Sunday morning programs and said there was collusion in plain sight. And he was the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, so he had to know better that there was no evidence of any collusion in plain sight. So are you saying that this criminal referral is about something completely different, about mortgage fraud? Are you looking to get him on something other than Russia collusion?
Well, I'm saying that there's a referral from Bill Pulte about a mortgage fraud, about Adam Schiff. That's publicly discussed. His own lawyers have been out there. Now there's more on Adam Schiff. And all we're going to do, again, is get to the facts of this and use all the tools that we have in our system. What we've discovered, and I know you want to ask me about some of this, in the weaponization, is that Joe Biden's Justice Department actively targeted American citizens, Catholics who went to Mass, parents who went to school boards, people who were involved in the Russia. You know, I hear from Carter Page every now and then. Carter Page was destroyed by the Russia hoax. And we're sitting around and pretending it's okay to say that, you know, there was a secret meeting on December 9th, 2016 in the Situation Room where they plotted the Russia hoax. And then we're going to say, oh, that was really bad. No, it wasn't really bad. It needs to be held accountable in every way we can.
Well, you went to Letitia James's home this week. You were in New York.
Yeah, look, I'm a prosecutor, and when I do these cases, I was in New York I was in Newark, actually, New Jersey, for some meetings, and I went over to New York for another meeting, and I went by there. One of the referrals is about that property that she has. Is a very a prominent neighborhood in Brooklyn, and I wanted to lay eyes on it. I think most people, if you're prosecuting something, you're careful. I didn't go there and announce it. Some woman came storming up and shooting video and talking to me, but I wanted to see the property, and there's a number of other aspects of these cases where you got to get a sense of what is actually at stake.
Do you have a grand jury in these cases?
Let me say, when you get a criminal referral, one of the tools you have is a grand jury, and I'll leave it to you to infer what I mean. But these referrals are criminal referrals, significant enough that they would warrant using all the tools, and the tools include subpoenas and witnesses, and that is in our system. That is the system. I'm not like Jack Smith. Jack Smith liked to talk about how he did things and what he did and brag about it. Letitia James did, by the way, as a prosecutor. She liked to come out and hold press conferences. I'll just tell you, when you get a criminal referral, and her own lawyer made the comments publicly, you can infer what you need to.
Well, let's talk about January 6th, because you are also investigating January 6th, which was also part of this 10 years of scandals. What have you learned?
Well, again, Attorney General Pam Bondi let us loose on this, and there's a group of us working on January 6th. What we've learned is that the federal government, the Department of Justice, but other aspects, targeted these citizens. They basically turned government on to make the hoax work. So I'm not talking about somebody that pushes a cop. That's a charge you can look at and charge. I'm talking about that the FBI and others were putting American citizens on terrorism watch lists. They were auditing their IRS tax returns. They were targeting the American people. They were taking massive amounts of resources and moving them from fighting, child trafficking and fighting real corruption and saying we have to move everybody to look at the Capitol siege. It was a political hoax that was driven by Garland, Lisa Monaco, and others. And what, again, Attorney General Bondi has said is get to the bottom of it. Some of it may not be illegal, but it's some of the worst. In federal prosecutor world, we think about the importance of that role. There's a guy named Robert Jackson, who is the prosecutor guy. And what you see is Lisa Monaco's Justice Department acting in ways we've never seen before. This is going, and when we show all that, and we're writing reports regularly on it, it's not one aspect. The federal court system was used in a way. The jails were used in a way to punish people. It's foreign. They didn't do this to the terrorists after 9/11, and they were doing it to American citizens. So that's a fulsome investigation on January 6th, and it will make clear the hoax, which is really the 2020 election hoax. We were told we couldn't talk about it because of January 6th, and the whole thing is falling apart, Maria, and it's going to get to the bottom, and the players are always the same. It's always the same. The same people on December 9th, 2016, in the Situation Room in Obama's White House are playing the same game all these years.
That's unbelievable. Real quick, what about the January 6th committee? Did they destroy evidence? Is there criminality there?
Of course. We're all in that too. And trust me, a lot of people did not get a pardon that were involved in the select committee, and they ought to be keeping an eye on their mailbox, because there's a lot to be asked about.
And the pardons that were given out were done by an auto pen. Are they legitimate?
Well, I'm the pardon attorney, so I'm in that too. I can tell you we're investigating how the pardons were granted. It was not like anything in the history of America what not Joe Biden, his staffers did, not just with the auto pen, but with faking him out on the memos. More to come, Maria. I'm telling you, Pam Bondi has let us loose, and when this comes out, it'll take the whole of these people's hoaxes down, and we're doing it bit by bit, and it's fantastic. It's a great privilege.
I mean, he covered everything. Wow. I mean, like literally everything. I wasn't even expecting January 6th to get in there, but that got in there too. So this is where the buck stops. The buck stops with the Department of Justice, the Attorney General Pam Bondi. This is the special prosecutor, Ed Martin. He said it multiple times that Pam Bondi has let us loose. So I know what you're thinking right now, because it's the same exact thing that I'm thinking right now. I know what you're feeling right now, because it's the same exact thing that I'm feeling right now. It is probably, I'm going to assume, profound impatience and frustration. We want to see arrests. We want to see accountability. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in one way, shape, or another. It's going to happen. But like everything, when it comes to these types of very heavy, multi-level, multi-party involved, I mean, it's so high profile. It's just going to take time, but it's going to happen. I think what we all need to do, and this is probably not what anybody wants to hear. It's definitely not something I want to hear either. We all need to just exert a little bit of patience, but everything that we want to happen is going to happen. It's just not going to happen like that. The bureaucratic red tape, the investigative, hurdles that need to be hurdled essentially and jumped, it's just going to take a little bit of time. But the fact that we're hearing directly from the special prosecutor, I mean, this is where the buck stops. Trump says it too. Trump says it's not up to me. It's up to Pam. If he is saying that Pam is letting us loose, and he's got his hands in the auto pen, collusion hoax, in Schiff, Letitia, not just mortgage fraud, which they definitely have enough concrete evidence to prove there was mortgage fraud, especially Schiff Tish on that 3% interest rate on that loan that's not his primary residence. He's got that condo in Burbank. He's got that residence on the East Coast as well. I mean, it's preposterous. But the fact that he's saying not only are we looking into that, but we're looking into everything, it gives me great solace. And I hope it gives you great solace too. It's going to happen. It's coming, y'all. Just be patient. Take a deep breath. It's going to happen. And you know your boy Nez is going to keep you in the loop for everything that is breaking and happening as it happens. So I can't wait to hear from you. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, please tap that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps us out immeasurably. We are trying to, our mission here at the channel, to make common sense go viral. You can help. Even if you're watching on TV, just tap that thumbs up, leave a comment, share this with everybody you know, especially your libtard friends, because I know we all have them, whether they're in our family, our neighbor, or even a good friend. If they're still your friend, that is, share this with them. They need to educate themselves. They need to stop watching CNN, stop polluting their membranes with woke corporate media, propagandist media. Share them our channel. Get them on board. We won. The American people have spoken. I see you eyeing this too. A link to our shop. One of a kind, by the way. These make great gifts. One of a kind, made in the USA designs. Link in the comments and in the description down below. Go check that out. Check out these videos too coming up on the screen just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.